and welcome to another edition of Proffitt'S Resurrection Land Cruisers TV. I wanted to show you some expansion that we're doing to the shop back here. We're adding on because we have so many projects that we just need a lot more space. We've added new staff members, and with the expansion of the building, we're going to be able to accommodate your needs a lot better. I can tell you that I've never had more fun building Land Cruisers, and I think it's obvious when you go in the shop that there's so much going on, and we have a really enthusiastic group of people building Land Cruisers in there that, you know, this is a special place to be, and I want to thank the Land Cruiser community for making this possible. It's because of your support and your encouragement that we've been able to accomplish as much as we have in the last 18 months since we've become Proffitt'S Resurrection Land Cruisers. So thank you very much for that, and let's go check out what's in the shop. Not everything that's cool is inside the shop. This is a 1988 FJ62 Stage 2 restoration that we're just about done with, but let's go on in and see what we got going on. One of the reasons that we're as busy as we are is the quality and workmanship in all of our builds really stands out as the best in the industry. Every tech in the shop knows how important it is for each vehicle that we build to be nicer than the last, so a lot of attention is paid to each little piece as it's restored and reassembled. So behind me is yet another Desert Tan 1981 FJ40 body off restoration. I promise this isn't the same one that you've seen in other episodes. It's actually a different one. It's a very popular color. So I think this is the third Desert Tan restoration we've done in about 8 months. This one belongs to a Bighorn Toyota in Glenwood Springs, Colorado, and it's going through our Stage 3 restoration. So this is Eddie Moore. And Eddie's not exactly new here. He worked for us for 2 years when we had the facility in Utah. And Eddie has been working on Toyotas for an awful long time. Eddie, what are you doing?
Getting the emission system on, making sure all the brackets are fitting.
So tell me what's different about working here now versus working here when we were in Utah.
The quality and detail are tremendously different. So I was a Toyota technician for 26 years. 21 of that I was a master technician. At the very end, I was a shop foreman, and just came here for better things. I worked for them in Salt Lake for 3 years, and then went back to Toyota when they closed up, and I'm back now.
So when can we look forward to getting this thing running?
Probably by the end of the day.
Sweet. I'm excited. Hey Matt, looks like you got a pile of shiny black screws there.
I sure do. We just got this back from the zinking, and these are black oxide. Most of this stuff will go on door handles, poles. Some of it's also going to fit on the pop-out vent windows for the top sides. And it sure does come out with a really nice new factory-looking finish.
I know we talk about zinc a lot, but it really makes a difference when you have quality restored fasteners and hardware on a restoration. A tremendous amount of time and energy has put into each little fastener to make sure that it looks as good as it did new and lasts longer than it did new. Even though a lot of the Land Cruisers that we're restoring are getting closer and closer to stock because that's where the market's taking the value of Land Cruisers, we still do some cool custom things here and there on almost every build, and this one's no exception. Mark, what are you working on?
I'm getting ready, prepping to install the Dakota Digital gauges, the cine units and all that go with them.
So tell me about Dakota Digital.
Well, they're real nice because you can, it's more precise than the factory. Plus, I really like the color options and all the settings, and really you can go with GPS versus speedometer. And really you can fine tune these to about anything you want.
They're a sweet product.
They are pretty neat.
So David, I told you to take a seat, but I didn't mean it literally. What do you got going on here?
Well, we got a couple of different seats in various stages of reassembly that are going to go back in a couple different projects.
These are the jump seats for the back of an FJ40, and even though you wouldn't think something that's in the interior of a vehicle can get beat up, these things get hammered because they're lowered down on cargo that's in the back and things rock into them. And it's one of the things that takes a lot of time to make look really, really good, so that when they're folded up, the bottom of the seat is nice and shiny, and there's no big dents in it. So it's one of those things that really makes these restorations pop and look good. This is a 1977 FJ40 from New Jersey, and it is a body off restoration, but it's a very custom one. We're staying all Toyota, but we did spring it over. And we're doing some aftermarket fuel injection and all of the regular treatment that we give one of our body off restorations. I'm super excited for this to be finished because the customer is such an awesome guy. He has been waiting for this to be restored here since we were in Utah, and he just waited patiently until he could get it in. So I want to be there when he picks this thing up for sure. Bob is working on it right now. What are you doing?
I am doing some reassembly, getting ready to put the windshield frame on.
So I know that reassembly is like your favorite thing to do.
It is. Well, we've worked so hard for so long on these, and you finally get to see like it all coming together.
Shiny on shiny. No more dust.
Shiny and new.
Yeah, that's awesome. So let's check it out. So this Dune Beige 1977 FJ40 got our spring over and Saginaw power steering to handle the big tires. But we kept the stock 2F and 4-speed transfer case. Because we're using the stock 2F, we decided to put 529 gears in the diffs along with ARB air lockers. That will give it the power that it needs to drive around on the back roads in New Jersey. This customer chose our standard 6-point family roll cage and rigid interior lights to complement the rigid truck light headlights. We reversed the springs on the back of this Land Cruiser to stretch the wheelbase 3.5 inches. An enlarged wheel well opening matches the front fender, and when this rig settles, it'll have a really nice stance. Even though this rig's dusty and there's a number of custom brackets and things cluttering the inside, this is an example of when I say body color vortex, what I mean. We've matched the vortex on the inside to match the body color. It's a lot more durable than the factory paint inside, and it'll last for years. So Ray, this is your baby, mechanically speaking. Nice job reassembling this so far. It's looking great. Tell me about the challenges of putting one of these things together.
I'd say the trickiest part is just keeping things organized on teardown, attention to detail on where every bolt and nut and everything goes. Basically just make sure that you have everything in the right spot, that everything gets taken care of right then and there, so it's not sitting around and 6 months later you find it and say, oh, look, I need that.
And it hasn't been touched yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good call. I told you we were growing, and one of the positions that we added was an office position to help us out in here. Patty Busby is our new administrative assistant, and I'll bet you over the course of the next few months, if you're watching these videos, you'll get an opportunity to interact with her.
Well, before I came to Proffitt'S, I was the HR manager at the Grand Junction Cabela's. Before that, I owned my own business. I did HR consulting, business consulting, stuff like that. And before that, I was the HR manager at West Elk Coal Mine. They are great people to work for. I mean, it's a great environment. Everybody loves working here, is happy. I mean, it's just a great job. I love it here. They keep me very busy. They've had me do a bunch of projects that never got taken care of when there wasn't somebody in this position because they just didn't have the time. So now I'm selling parts on eBay and installing new systems and everything and making it so that the company runs a little smoother and we can get projects in and out the door a little faster.
So hopefully by now you're getting the idea that these projects that we build take a lot of work. But a lot of work is an understatement when it comes to projects like this, which is an all custom 68-inch stretched, 20-inch widened 4-door FJ40 that's going to be used to give off-road tours. There are literally hundreds of hours in hand fabricating components to builds like this so that they look factory. And so when this is done, it's going to look like Toyota built it, and it's a tremendous amount of effort to make that happen. I cannot wait to feature this in a future episode of Proffitt'S Resurrection Land Cruisers TV. So this is the new Cummins 2.8 liter diesel that they just released, and it's a pretty exciting program, the Cummins Repower program. This is actually one of the beta test engines, so it's one of 20 that were released by Cummins to be put in different vehicles to check them out and see how well the product's going to work. We didn't want to put this in an existing vehicle. We thought the engine deserved something special, so we decided to build a whole vehicle around the engine. And this has actually been a product mostly to this point done by Alex. our fabricator. So Alex, this truck's not exactly all stock, is it? So, what do we got going on here?
It's a 79 on a 80 frame.
80 series frame. What'd you do to make it fit?
Butchered it.
Don't let Alex's choice of words fool you. He may have said butchered it, but Alex spends an incredible amount of energy making sure that everything he does is as sanitary as possible. This isn't the first Land Cruiser that he's taken and completely changed what's underneath but made it look factory. So, in case you guys couldn't tell, I love building Land Cruisers. And coming to work in this place every day makes me a very, very lucky man. I'm fortunate to be able to work with the group of people that we have here who are excellent. So, thanks for watching Proffitt'S Resurrection Land Cruisers TV. Please check out our website at www.resurrectionlandcruisers.com. Also, our Facebook page under the same name, and watch the rest of our videos on YouTube while you're at it. On Instagram, we are @ProCruiser. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time. Clamshell.
Clamshell. His clamshell was taped together. Clamshell.
Which would explain why there were no screws in the clamshell.
Yes, exactly. So you want me to just tape it back?
Don't you hate it when somebody tapes your clamshell together?
Taped clamshell's pretty bad.
But Bob, you know one of the things that bothers me about watching car TV shows like this is everybody's always calling these a frame-off restoration. It bothers me because nobody takes the frame off of a vehicle. It's a body-off restoration, right? It's a body-off restoration. You don't take the frame off. You'd have to roll it upside down and pull the frame off to do that.
We should try that.
We should do a frame-off restoration?
Yeah.
So we'll take Todd's van, roll it upside down, and take the frame off.
I like it.
Yeah, we can't do that. It's a unibody. Yes. Ow! You know how bad that would hurt if you shot yourself from that far away?
Hey, can we do that one more time?